Rothschilds come from the Orsini family. Roth means red in German, and the Orsini means red bear, little red bears. That's what Orsini means. The Grey Pope is Pepe Orsini. He trumps the black, he trumps the white Pope.
The Grey Pope is even higher than the black and the white Pope.
The Orsini is the Maxima family. They are the maximum family. They are on top. And somehow they've trumped the Colonna and the Farnese, which I know without any doubt through all my studies that they are the three most powerful Illuminati families.
What about Rothschild and Rockefeller?
Well, they are Orsini. They just changed their name. Rockefeller were Rothschilds. Rothschilds were Orsini. Orsini were a family which have their lines in Babylon and Egypt. They tell you that. You read their biographies, they'll tell you that. We go back to Nimrod, they tell you that. The Rothschilds say that. We go back to Nimrod. How? Through the Orsini. So Rockefeller, Rothschild, Orsini, and then you go back to the Persian and Egyptian dynasties.
You see that a lot. There's a lot of people in the elite, in the media, who look very similar to each other, supposedly unrelated people, even from different eras going back 40, 50 years. There's celebrities now who look just like these people. It's very strange, you know, and there's people do YouTube videos about these. There's something to it. I don't know what it is. And that sounds crazy, but there's something to it.
And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
This is for all my conspiracy theorists who are noticing what's going on. In this picture, I can see her soul there, and in this picture, I cannot. In this picture, I can see Ariana Grande's soul there. In this picture, not so much. In this picture with Jamie Foxx, same story. You literally can't tell me that it isn't super noticeable when somebody is connected to their soul and when it's missing and it's absent. Like, honest to goodness, just look at that. Look at his eyes. You can see that there's a soul sitting in the driver's seat controlling him. And here, whew, that is scary, genuinely. Like, you can literally see his presence behind his eyes, his essence, his soul. Here, not so much. It seems empty and like he's a shell of himself. Like, you couldn't convince me in a million years that this fucking behavior is normal. The eyes are the window to the soul, family.
Promised several months ago to revise the lyrics to his song They Don't Care About Us, lyrics many called anti-Semitic.
Last year he angered Jewish groups when he sang these words.
I'm shocked. Jew me, sue me, kick me, kike me. Those are the words that he told us that he would never use again.
The bigger he has gotten, the bigger the shots. And of course, as I said, when Christ did things to free the oppressed people, and they tried to destroy him also.
I don't like bleaching. I was so tired of it. They start out the most popular person in the world, make a lot of money, big house, cars, and everything, end up with penniless. It is conspiracy. The Jews do it on purpose.
Sue me, everybody sue me, kick me, kite me, don't you black or white me. All I wanna say is that.
Listen to what Michael's sister Latoya has to say about his death.
How do you think he died? You've been quoted as saying you believe it may have been murdered. Do you still think that?
Absolutely.
Why are you so sure?
I would never, ever think differently. Because first of all, Michael told me that they were going to murder him. He was afraid. He was afraid for his life. The people that were involved in his life, the people that were controlling him. This book, Starting Over, is about my life. And it's about Michael's life. It's the parallel between the two of our lives. We share that same life where people come into your life, wiggle their way in, control you, manipulate, control your funds, your finances, everything that you have, and you must do what they tell you to do. And that's what Michael was going through. And he knew that everything that was happening to him was not kosher, wasn't right. And it disturbed him greatly. And he kept saying it over and over and over again. Yes, Dr. Murray was the fall guy, but it's more to it than just that. He named names. He told me people. He told me to be careful of this one and that one.
Have you ever wondered who owns the UFC? You better buckle up for this. I'm just gonna read very mainstream sources and I'm gonna let you fill in the blanks. And don't worry, it won't be hard to do. So in case we're not clear, we're talking about the UFC, the biggest mixed martial arts fighting promotion in the world. They're owned by TKO Group Holdings, which is owned by Endeavor Group Holdings. And the CEO of TKO Group is Ari Emanuel. And he is also the CEO of Endeavor, the bigger company, along with Patrick Whitesell, the executive chairman. But I guess his name is probably pronounced Ari Emanuel because it's Jewish, not Mexican. His father, Jerusalem-born Benjamin Emanuel, was a pediatrician who was in the Irgun, a Zionist paramilitary group that operated in mandatory Palestine during the 30s and 40s. And just to clarify, paramilitary group means terrorist organization. And just to clarify, that is not my definition or Hamas's definition or Palestinians' definitions. That is literally the Israeli government's definition. In 1948, they outlawed the Irgun and Lehi groups, declaring them terrorist organizations. Basically, everyone inside and outside of Jewish worlds called them terrorists and strongly condemned them. Here's a list of the bombings that they were responsible for. So anyways, his dad was a Zionist terrorist from back when Israel was being formed. And now he runs the UFC. Well, he owns the UFC. Dana White runs it. But that is just the start of this. Because he has two brothers. This one was Obama's White House chief of staff after years in senior positions in the Clinton administration. But there's another one. This one works at the Center for American Progress, the Wharton School, Harvard, and the NIH. But don't worry, the deep state is not real. Oh yeah, and President Joe Biden named him one of the 16 members of the COVID-19 advisory board. All three of those guys, their dad was an Israeli terrorist that even the Israeli government outlawed because their terrorist acts were so fucked up. Like bombing civilians. Literally. But wait, there's more. Because both Ari and his buddy Patrick, who are in charge of that other whole organization in charge of the UFC, they are also both in charge of IMG. They are co-CEOs. IMG is like a sports and media company. They have a whole entertainment and modeling division, including Miss Teen USA, Miss Universe. What does that remind me of? Yeah, you remember Epstein's pimp, Jean-Luc Brunel, who hung himself right before Epstein was all coming out? He allegedly procured more than 1,000 women and girls for Epstein. One of IMG's top representatives described him as a coked out misogynistic pig from day one. Whew. Thank goodness. I'm glad that IMG is not involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, except for this article where a bunch of survivors told their stories, and this one said that she worked for IMG. She told IMG what he was doing to her over in France or wherever she was, and IMG was like, oh, that's cool, whatever, no problem. And then they continued to send girls to him. Yeah, so IMG worked with him. And IMG doesn't just do modeling. No. Here is all the sports leagues and events that they work with. There's the UFC. They do modeling, consulting, events, like the Premier League, the highest level of English football, like the PGA of America, like the United States Tennis Association. They've got figure skating. They got motorsports. Shit, they've even got the world's strongest man in the US Open of surfing. Are you getting the picture yet? These three brothers, whose dad was a Zionist terrorist, have been top dogs at the Clinton White House, the Obama White House, the Biden COVID response. They control the UFC, a huge amount of the modeling industry, a huge amount of the tennis, golf, all sorts of sports, soccer, rugby. There are quite literal ties to Epstein. And don't get me wrong, I love MMA. I love watching the UFC. But just Think about culture. Think about gladiators. Think about Rome. Think about all the other industries we've recently learned have weird ties to sexual blackmail rings. Think about modeling. Think about how young boys and girls grow up in America. And if you're on TikTok, think about downloading this video right now, because it's not gonna last very long. And when it goes away, you can find it on the other platforms. Yeah, so that's who owns the UFC.
Once you find out that Fuck Island is real, Pedophile Island was real, you're like, what? That was real?
Yeah.
And then the list never got published? What?
Yeah.
And that Epstein killed himself, allegedly?
Yeah.
And the cameras didn't work?
Yeah.
What? And then Michael Baden, the autopsy doctor, does an examination of the corpse and says the neck is broken and consistently, which is consistent with being strangled to death, not with hanging, like the way it's broken. What? And then Ghislaine gets arrested and no fucking clients are named. No one, just, you sold pussy. You're fucking going to jail forever. Now go to yoga.
Yeah.
She's in a place with yoga classes.
Yeah.
Like this minimum security place. And they just keep her alive somehow or another.
Yeah. Her dad fell off a boat.
Yeah, well, wasn't her dad like some sort of a Mossad officer or something like that?
Most probably, yeah. He probably said something to the wrong person. They were like, all right, it's time for you to fall off a boat.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Epstein was just the tip of the iceberg.
Weird and disturbing things have been happening lately on live TV and in Hollywood.
Let's start off with a check of your next weather with meteorologist Alyssa Carlson. Then this happens. Alyssa, this really is the calm before the storm.
Not
again. No.
Things which no one apparently is supposed to talk about whatsoever.
What do you say? Shut! I need some help. I need medical.
The gatekeepers and the powers that be put under pressure of censorship to make it almost impossible to talk about these things without getting penalized for it.
I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded.
And what they're afraid of more than anything else is the truth.
A little over 15 minutes after receiving the shot, one nurse took questions from reporters and then fainted.
I'm sorry.
And the one thing that a lying culture can't tolerate is the truth, right?
Remarkably, a bunch of young, healthy people in Hollywood started experiencing things like face paralysis and brain clots.
Experts say more and more younger women are suffering from strokes. And now former NCIS actress Pauley Perrette just revealed she had a massive stroke 1 year ago.
It's the 1 year anniversary since I had a stroke.
We're getting word that Bronny James, who is going to be a freshman basketball player at USC, suffered cardiac arrest while at a practice yesterday.
Do you remember standing up after you make that tackle?
News tonight on Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin, who millions watched collapse during Monday Night Football.
That's something I don't really want to get too deep into in the details of.
Overnight, ABC News confirming Grammy-winning singer Tori Kelly rushed to the hospital after collapsing while out with friends.
So if we don't know what we're injecting into ourselves, I don't understand how that's informed consent.
That you're exactly right. Okay. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And you are correct. I should not be giving these vaccines at all.
Okay. Why are you giving them?
Because I am told to, and that's how. Because I am told to, and I am told.
I understand that.
Justin Bieber, whose face just magically went paralyzed, and he was on tour, which would signal to me that he definitively got the. But again, that is sheer speculation. We can also just assume that a healthy young kid in his 20s just randomly gets a paralyzed face. Take a listen.
This syndrome called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking.
However challenging the censorship is on the truth, I would be remiss not to bring this shocking and disturbing news to your attention. For example, this news anchor passed out on live TV in the middle of a news report. This sports newscaster passed out in the middle of a game on the side of a basketball court.
I look for this kid to have a really good first half of the season.
As Rathbun loses consciousness, you can see someone off camera reach in to help him. At that moment, the camera cuts away.
And watch this sports reporter fainting on the side of the field in the middle of his report. Now, in all transparency, I'm not saying that these things have not happened before on live TV. As a matter of fact, we can all recall when Wendy Williams passed out 5 or 7 years ago on live TV. And we can also remember when this pregnant CNN news anchor passed out on live TV. But it seems as though this weird phenomenon has skyrocketed among all groups and classes of people following the 2020 pandemic.
Well, lightning struck twice in the Bieber household because his wife was then also impacted with a droopy face and a blood clot in her brain. Take a listen.
When I went to respond, I couldn't speak. The right side of my face started drooping. I couldn't get a sentence out. Everything was coming out like, not even jumbled, just like couldn't get any of the words out. So obviously immediately I thought I was having a stroke, like a full-blown stroke. He thought I was having a stroke, so right away he asked for somebody to please call 911 and get a doctor.
Are we normalizing that? Are we normalizing people that are in their 20s thinking that they're having strokes, having face paralysis? Is that normal now? We're doing that as well as young kids having heart attacks, so we're just going to pretend that we didn't do anything medically throughout COVID that could be contributing to that. Okay, cool. I want to play by YouTube's rules. If they just all are randomly having this stuff happen to them, of course, that's just 2 examples.
Healthy athletes passing out on the field, news anchors collapsing on live TV, and young and healthy music stars passing out and experiencing all kinds of weird stuff.
ABC News confirming Grammy-winning singer Tori Kelly rushed to the hospital after collapsing while out with friends. She passed out at dinner after her heart began beating rapidly, saying Kelly was out for a while. Sources close to the singer say she was carried to a friend's car and rushed to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where doctors reportedly found multiple blood clots near her vital organs. These fans across generations wishing the singer well. Sources say she's in and out of consciousness as doctors work to determine if her heart is in danger.
The question remains, what is wrong with everyone? We will carefully answer this question throughout the video. In the meantime, I can't help but think that there's a common denominator here, a common factor, something that triggers all of this. And as you can see, even celebrities are not exempt from this. Jamie Foxx, a world-renowned TV star, for example, was critically and severely impacted by this.
Well, Jamie Foxx was admitted to the hospital because of a medical complication. That's all the public was told on Thursday, April 11th, and we were never given any specific details on his current health status. He had been replaced in a movie that he was working on. There's been a lot of speculation. Like I said, it was no way to say that this happened or it didn't happen. It was pure speculation surrounding various things people were saying that he was going through. And his daughter initially spoke out and said that He's out of the hospital. Rumors are running wild. The media is running wild. He was playing pickleball yesterday. Thank you, everybody, for your prayers and support. We're excited to announce something else in the next week or two. Well, she made that statement, and then I would say about a week later, a journalist by the name of AJ Benza claimed that he spoke to a source that was extremely close to Fox. And here is what he heard about the situation. Take a listen.
I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it. What I found out from the man in the room was that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind.
The whole situation about Jamie Foxx is kept a secret. Why? Because of the truth. Nobody wants the truth to come out because the truth is damaging to a culture and a society built on lies.
They say if you want your child to go to school, even if you're uncomfortable with your child getting X amount of shots in one go, hence my series, A Shot in the Dark, they say you have to do it, right?
Even when truth seemed to matter to people, no one really liked to be lied to, but most people found some lies necessary for their personal fulfillment. That's just life. There are certain things that you want to lie about. That's part of being a fallen human being. If you're a son of Satan, if you're a child of Satan, Satan's a killer, Satan's a liar, you're going to be known for lying. And everybody seems to be able to find a measure of comfort with certain lies.
And if you don't accept the lies that are being told in the media and in politics, then you will be called a conspiracy theorist. You will be ostracized and persecuted.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club. So I have to go places for one that I'm welcome and where I can voice my opinion without somebody, you know, saying I'm a bad person and that they never want to have me on their platform again.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been, you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too.
The lies have now reached epic proportions to the...
We have a 1646 map of Africa, but I can't find any pyramids. There's drawings of all kinds of stuff, but no drawings of pyramids. And you would think there would be drawings of pyramids by then, especially with all the other detailed drawings, being as pyramids are quite spectacular, right? But here you have at Egypt, you have Cairo right there, and I see no pyramids being drawn out here. And one would think with a map like this, and I look at a lot of maps, with all these crazy drawings that you see, look at this one here. I don't know what that thing is over there, half humanoid, but then we have an ostrich right there. And then we have elephants and lions. And then go over here, we have camel and more lions. But you would think that they would have put these crazy, spectacular pyramids right there, right? You see Alexandria there listed as well. I just found it really interesting. We'll go ahead and show you the map here. It shows of Africa, and I'll zoom out a little bit too so you can see. I mean, it's quite detailed everywhere. Very interesting. Yet, no sign of any pyramids drawn out at all. Comment, let me know what you think. Just thought that was kind of crazy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And until next time.
Look at all the big name brand companies that Zios control or indirectly control, like through BlackRock. And these are all the big companies that are being boycotted. But notice this too. All these big wonderful companies that we grew up around, that we loved our entire lives, like Disney and McDonald's, companies that contributed greatly to our society, like Microsoft and Ford, the Zio did not make them. They did not create these companies and build them. They just control them. They gained control of them through the stock market, through other underhanded means. They didn't build that. They took other people's hard work, took other people's great efforts. They took it, they politicized it, they profited off of it, and they used that to direct you and make more profits. And if you spent decades building a big successful business, they'll take that from you too. They hijacked our whole entire economy. Look at all these big name brands. Our free market is just an illusion. It's like a state-controlled economy, but not even our own state. It's a foreign state who controls our state-controlled economy. A perfect free market economy doesn't self-sustain anyway. Individuals, groups, or even foreign countries will always try and monopolize, which is exactly what happened here. And it's really up to our government to prevent this sort of stuff and maintain a free market, or maintain private ownership, and protect that private ownership from these type of shenanigans. And hopefully someday these companies can be freed again, depoliticized, just focus on their business and nobody will need to boycott them. In the process of hijacking our economy, they're also ruining it. And we end up not working for ourselves, but working for another. And hopefully someday we can get this to end.